There are 7 things you might be doing right now in this exact moment in your life that you need to stop doing. I'm talking about ways of thinking. I'm talking about ways of acting. I'm talking about ways of being, habits that you need to stop. You need to rethink, reorganize, restructure, and do something differently in your life. If you as a young man want to be everything that you came here to be, right? So let's start talking about them. First and foremost, I want you to never take shortcuts. I want you to stop trying to take the fast way. I want you to stop trying to build the foundation and skip to trying to build the roof and the ceiling, right? It's like you're doing a Christmas tree, right? And instead of, you have a big Christmas tree, instead of making sure you put it in the base properly and you can hold the weight, you're rushing to put the star on top and make it look good before it's even ready, right? So there's a few different things in my life that I can say and give you some real life examples of what this looks like. This applies to business. This applies to relationships. This applies to if you want to start YouTube and start a content channel, right? Whether that's on YouTube or any other platform, right? It applies to so many different areas because in all areas of life, you need a foundation. So let me give you an example, right? I'm gonna say something, I hope this doesn't get me in trouble, but I'm gonna tell you guys the real, right? So once upon a time, I had a car rental business. I got 3 cars, I bought 3 cars. And I was renting these cars out. This was before this was popular on the internet, so I didn't really have no mentors or no guys like Pushman Mitch or none of these guys who was really doing this. This was a while back. I would say this is probably like 2019, 2020. So I don't know if they were even making content about that at this time, but if they were, I didn't see it. I just kind of figured this out on my own. So I got these 3 cars. I was trying to just do this rental business thing, right? It's car rental business thing. And my kind of model for it was, I knew it was a dude who was renting cars to me and all my homies. When we were coming up, we didn't have credit cards, right? We weren't fully licensed. We had like our G2 licenses. So like in Toronto, there's a certain license thing where you go through different steps. So it's not like you don't have a license. You have a license, but there's certain things you can't do. So some people won't rent you a car. But this guy was renting us cars, but he was taking a cash deposit, $1,000. So if you had $1,000 cash deposit plus $400 to pay him for the week, then you can get a vehicle when Enterprise and all the other rental car companies will tell you no because you're too young or you don't have a credit card or whatever. So I was taking his business model. I'm like, okay, all my people are renting cars from this guy. If I can get a few cars, do it on cash deposit, I can make some money. So I was doing that and I was making a little bit of money, but I didn't build a solid foundation for myself. I didn't have the proper insurance in place. I didn't have the proper paperwork in place, permits, licenses, agreements. I kind of just got the cars and started doing this shit out the backyard, calling everybody I know, letting them know, posting my cars on Snapchat, posting my cars on my Instagram story, and just trying to get as much business as I possibly could, like doing that. And I was making some money, right? But I had a lot of issues that came with that. Number one, I'll just tell you guys honestly, like I was taking shortcuts because I was finding reasons to take people's deposits. I was doing bad. I took a few people's deposits, bro, who probably should have got their money back. Unfortunately, I did that, right? And the shit came back to me, right? I was trying to make money quick. I was trying to once the money was in my hand, I wanted to keep it. I wanted to keep stacking and make more money and more money. So I was doing bad business. I didn't build a proper foundation. What happened to me now? A few things happened to me. My karma came right back because I didn't have a solid foundation. I wasn't doing business the right way. I was taking shortcuts. I was scheming. I was plotting. I had one of my cars, it was a Nissan. I think it was a Nissan Altima. So much issues with that car. Car was getting towed left and right. I was renting it to one of my cousins who was he was trapping in the car. The car got broken into a couple times and he was using it like a stash. And he was not telling me, so he would take off part of the middle console and hide shit in there and hide money in there and snap it back into place, which was probably damaging the vehicle that I didn't even know. And somebody found out that he was stashing his shit in there, so they broke into the car, bust the window, and they pulled up the middle console, opened and broke into his stash, took all that shit. All kind of bullshit was happening. I had a 2020 Kia. I don't remember which kind of Kia it was. It was just a Kia sedan, right? And this one guy kept coming back and forth, renting it. I didn't know this guy. This guy, I had found him maybe off of Kijiji or some shit. Like I would post my ads on Kijiji for car rentals. And he basically was taking my car and going, he was trapping in the car too. So I was pretty much attracting all the drug dealers who was renting all my cars. And this guy, essentially, he had situations where police had him pulled over, asking him whose car was it, because there wasn't proper insurance papers and and I had to talk to police on the phone and tell them that he rented the car for me and this and that, and it was legit. Then after, like, I had the car registered at my uncle's address for insurance reasons to get cheaper insurance, but then the police came looking for this guy at the address where the car was registered, so they're knocking on my uncle's door looking for this fucking guy who's driving my rental car. And now he's asking me why the police are looking for this guy at his address. How does that look? Right? He's giving me his address to use so I can save money, and I'm bringing the cops to his door for this random guy's bullshit. And he's involved in some serious shit, right? So, like, that just goes to show right there alone. I lived that, brother. Build a proper foundation, don't skip steps, and don't try to rush the process. Like, don't try and skip to the money, and you know, don't do bad business. There's probably a lot of different lessons inside of there. But if you look into Proverbs, I'm gonna open up the Proverbs right now, right? It's the King James Version. So if you look at Proverbs chapter 10, verse 9 and 10, he said, "He that walk uprightly walk surely, but he that pervert his ways shall be exposed. He that wink with the eye cause sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall." Now, when I looked up this in the original Hebrew, when I got the translation, essentially what it means is, if you walk a straight and narrow path, you're gonna walk surely and correctly. But if you twist and turn your ways and think you're gonna do things in the dark, they're gonna be coming to the light, right? It says shall be known, but he that perverteth his ways shall be known. So the Hebrew word was exposed, but it basically just means you're gonna get found out. So don't think people are not gonna find out what you're doing when you thought no one was paying attention, right? The next one, verse 10, it says, "He that wink with the eye cause sorrow." Now I looked that up, and the Hebrew translation essentially means when someone winks with the eye, it's basically like they're doing something low key. It's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Like, don't say nothing. Like, I'm being slick right now. Like how I thought I was being slick, right? And it caused sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall. Prating means you're running your mouth, you're talking, you're not listening. You think you're smarter, you think you're bigger than the program, so you're not taking instruction and listening to people's warnings. So you're talking too much and you're a fool. I can tell you this because I've been both of those things. I've been the fool running his mouth thinking he knows more than he really does. I've been the person wink, wink, nudge, nudge, thinking I'm slick getting away with shit, and I end up causing my own pain, right? I've twisted and turned my ways and perverted my ways, thinking things weren't gonna come to the light, but they came to the light, right? So now I'm walking a different path. I'm walking uprightly, so my ways are sure. So that's what I mean when I say don't take shortcuts, right? Like, you need to walk uprightly. You need to do the right thing, because it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna come back to you, right? And I'm lucky, I'm blessed, right? I didn't end up in jail for none of the shit that I did when I was younger. Like some of my other people are in jail to this day. Like some of my uncles did mad time, but I'm walking a different path now, and I encourage you to do the same. So that goes into my next point here, which is, don't act like you don't need help. Stop acting like you don't need advice. The absolute best and most successful people in this life have mentors, and are mentors, and they have these mentors until the day they die. They become a mentor and they still have a mentor. They're in their 80s and they still have a mentor, right? They have mentors, multiple. Never stop learning, never stop being a student, never stop seeking advice and help. Because I had people around me who I probably could have asked if what should I be doing in the situation when I was talking about that car rental situation, etc., who could have gave me some better advice, but I didn't ask them. If there were someone around me, I could have even just went to like the guy who was running the car rental place that I was renting from and say, hey man, like, look, I'm trying to start a rental business. I was making money at the time. I could pay him a little bit of money and say, hey, like, would you mind giving me an hour-long consultation and teaching me the game? Or do you want to open up another location? I want to get into the business. Can I open up another location with you? Anything along those lines I could have did, which would have been smarter than jumping out on my own, doing things the ghetto way and not doing good business, bro. Right? So seek advice, seek help, and it says that in Proverbs, right? It says, a wise man shall listen and increase in learning. He shall attain wise counsel. And it went into basically saying that wise counsel is going to help you understand what you're learning, right? You're getting new information, you hear it, it clicks in the moment, but it doesn't matter until you implement it into your life, right? So that wise counsel, that mentor is going to help you integrate that information into your life and really move like you understand it, because that's the actual hard part. Not hearing somebody talk and watching a video and being like, that makes sense. The hard part is, okay, that makes sense. Now I'm applying it to my life in this real actual situation I'm going through, and I'm going to act differently, and I'm going to act accordingly to what I just learned. That's where a mentor can help you. You can say, hey, this is my exact situation. What should I do? And they've been there already, so they can help you. The next point I want to touch on, right? As hopefully, you know, your big bro, your mentor, one of your mentors in this life, I want to talk about rushing. And all these things kind of fit together if you kind of see the line that I'm going down. The worst thing you could do as a young man is rush. And I know, because I was there and I was rushing. And have you ever heard the saying, haste makes waste? Haste makes waste. If you're rushing to get something quickly, you're not going to do things properly. You're not going to build the proper foundation. And if you don't build the proper foundation, it's not going to last long. That means even if you do manage to build something quickly, slap something together, make some money, or do whatever right now, in 2 years, 3 years, you're not going to have anything to show for it. And let me tell you something, I'm 29 right now. When I was 18, 19, 20, 21, not only did I have money that's not here anymore, a lot of guys who I was looking up to at the time who looked like they were doing good are locked up, fell off, working in a factory right now. Some of them didn't even make it. Some of them aren't alive right now. Right? So like some of them, there's so much of shit. So what I'm trying to say is take your time and build something that's gonna last. You say you're 20 years old right now. If you take 3 years to build a solid foundation of something real that's gonna last, something that you're still going to have when you turn 30, will that not be worth it compared to building something quick that's not going to last? It falls apart, and then now when you're 30, you're building something new from scratch all over again? Wouldn't you rather build something that's going to have some longevity, some continuity in your life? So when you turn 30, you look back and people ask you, what did you do with your 20s? You can say, I was doing this and this is what I have to show for it. Instead of just saying, oh, I tried a bunch of things and this worked. And yeah, I was up when I was 23, but I fell off at 25 and I haven't got back on yet. Right? You don't want to be able to say that. And thank God I was able to redirect my path and put myself in a new direction, because I was on track to being one of those people. I had a lot more money than a lot of people when I was 23. but I wasn't doing the right thing. It didn't last. So right now I don't have that money. And I'm not making money as fast as I was when I was 23. But let me tell you something. Right now I'm building something real that's gonna last me. So when I reach my mid-30s, nobody can tell me I don't have nothing to show for my time. So what do you have to show for your time? That's a big question. Now, let me tell you the difference between rushing and urgency, right? Urgency says, listen, this is important, this is serious, let's start right now. But let's do the right thing, let's do it the right way. So let's take as much time as it takes. Let's not rush the process. We're not gonna rush through it, but we're not gonna waste the day. We're gonna start today because we know it might take 2-3 years or 6 months or 12 months or 5 years or 10 years. So we're gonna start right now. We're not gonna waste the day procrastinating, but we're gonna start building the foundation. Urgency is combined with patience. Urgency says, we're gonna start now, but I can wait for the end result. I'm not rushing the end result. I'm just making sure we start today. Rushing is, oh, I need the end result now. Fuck all that other shit. I'm not building a foundation. That's gonna take too long. Let me just skip to the end of the process and try and get the money or try and get the this, get the that. Nah, bro. No, that's rushing. In I think it's the book of Isaiah, in the Bible, it says, he that believe shall not make haste. He that believe shall not make haste. If you believe in what you're building and you know you're guaranteed to have it, why rush through it? Why rush through the process and skip all that experience, all those memories you get to have, and you know, that hard-earned feeling when you're done to say, you know what, I went through all that and I built this. Just to skip to the end and get the thing right away without having to work hard for it. And then as soon as you get it, now you want something else, right? And they say easy come, easy go. It's not worth it because you're not gonna value it. It's the same way how like when people get trap money and they spend it like it's not worth nothing, right? The person who sat down and built a business is gonna spend money differently than the person who sat in the trap and made money easily. They're the ones who are gonna go waste their money in the club every weekend and buy everything that they don't need, versus somebody who had to make wise investments with their money and sit down and build something real. It's a different mentality. So what I'm trying to tell you, rushing, no. Urgency, yes. Procrastination, no. Patience, yes. The difference between procrastination is you're just gonna keep planning and watching videos and doing research and acting like you're gonna start, but you never actually move the needle. Patience is moving the needle every day and knowing the result is gonna take time to come. Rushing, procrastination, a lot of you guys are probably here, it's not where you need to be. You need to be in urgency and patience. Get started today and be patient for the outcome to come. Right? There's a saying that I heard. I'm gonna botch this. I don't remember the original way they said it, but essentially it's having more sex is not gonna make you have a baby in 6 months. You can't have a baby in 6 months by having more sex. What does that mean? A pregnancy is 9 months. It's gonna be 9 months regardless. Starting your business is gonna take this amount of time regardless. Starting your YouTube channel is gonna take this much time regardless. No matter how much you boom, 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 boom. Sex is the creation process. Sex is how you create a human being, right? No matter how once you go back into the creation process, it's not gonna come any faster. So what you need to do is relax. Be patient through the process. It's already coming, it's already here. He that believes shall not make haste. Trust the process and stick to it. Here's a huge one for you guys. A really, really serious one that a lot of you guys are dealing with. Escapism. What do I mean by this? A lot of you guys are playing video games, trying to put your mind in a different world. Too often. Too much. You guys are getting high, you guys are smoking weed, you guys are popping pills, you guys are doing other drugs. Trying to put your mind somewhere else. You guys are avoiding your problems and distracting yourselves with women having too much sex, right? Some of you guys, maybe you guys are having trouble getting women. You guys are just jerking off, watching porn too often. Whatever it is that you feel, this pain, this discomfort, this anxiety, this depression, you're trying to escape your reality. Listen, I'm not a therapist. I don't know what you're going through. There's probably some real shit. And I'm here for you, brother. That's why I'm making this video. But what I'm gonna tell you is that there's nowhere you can run. You can't run from yourself. That's why people who deal with escapism, like drugs and other addictions, video games and all this shit, some of them, they get to a point where they get suicidal because they're trying to escape the reality constantly, but then they realize the reality just isn't changing and they're still dealing with the same shit. And depending on how deep their problems are, like, they can end up going down a slippery slope. For real. So the only real thing you can do is to change your reality and upgrade your life and do something that's gonna make you feel better and feel more proud. But how are you gonna do that? I'll tell you. Become better. Work on yourself. That's the only way. The only way you can change your reality is by becoming a different person. Your reality is a reflection of you. The way you see things is the way you experience things. What does that mean? Me and you can go to the same concert. If me in the back of my head, I come in like, this is shit. This concert's ass, it's whack. I'm gonna be looking for all the things that are gonna prove to me the concert sucks, even if it's good. If you go in with the energy like, oh, this is gonna be the best concert of the day of my life, you're gonna be looking for all the good things, right? So we both have two different lenses over our eyes. People treat us the way that we present ourselves, right? If you present yourselves with your shoulders back, chest up, you speak with confidence and clarity, you look someone in their eyes and you give them a firm handshake, they're gonna treat you like a man. If you walk up with your shoulders slumped, looking down, speaking really softly, you have a weak handshake, and you're not too confident in what you're saying, you're just kind of just saying things a little bit, and you're just not. They're gonna treat you like that. They're gonna treat you like a boy. They're gonna treat you like somebody who shouldn't be taken seriously. They're gonna brush you to the side because you don't even believe in what you're saying. You don't believe in yourself. So the point of what I'm trying to say is, your world is gonna change around you once you change. So how can you deal with an addiction? I would say the best thing to do if you have an addictive personality is to replace a negative addiction with a positive addiction. Are you able to get addicted to posting content and recording videos and making them better and better every time and editing them instead of playing the video game? Can you get addicted to making money? Starting a side hustle, posting on Craigslist, posting on Kijiji, posting on Facebook Market, detailing cars, flipping iPhones, and putting cash in your pocket? Can you get addicted to that feeling every time somebody buys something off you? Like you see flip an iPhone and you make a profit. Can you get addicted to that? Right? Can you get addicted to reading? Can you get addicted to reading books? Can you get addicted to taking courses? Can you get addicted to building your business? Replace your negative addiction with a positive one. That's the best thing I could tell you, because I don't necessarily have an addictive personality. Like I've done drugs in my past. I've done pills, different things. I never did I never did no lines or no shit like that. Nothing crazy, but I did all the pills pretty much. Molly, Xan, whatever else, Addies. Like I didn't drink lean, smoke weed, drink alcohol. Like I tried different shit, but I never really had an addiction. So I don't have an addictive personality. But for someone who does, I think you're actually at an advantage. For example, my girl, right? She smokes weed. She doesn't necessarily want to smoke weed anymore, so she's trying to stop. But she has a habit of smoking weed. And I noticed she kind of has an addictive personality. She has a habit-based personality. So a few years back, we started a business, me and her, an Airbnb cleaning business. And I helped her set it up, showed her how to get the clients, showed her how to book them in, how to collect the payments, how to make the payments go to her bank account. And after we got the first client and the payment hit her account and she seen the money actually in her bank account, let me tell you something. She got addicted to that. And I didn't have to do nothing after that. She did everything. She was off to the races. I didn't have to say shit. Everything was just getting done. Because as soon as she seen that money hit her account, she seen it's possible, she was gone. She traded, she still smokes weed, but what I'm trying to say is she gained a positive addiction. She was positively addicted to running her business, right? So you can do that too. But what I want you to do is I want you to give something up. I want you to sacrifice something. I want you to give up the PlayStation, right? I want you to stop talking to all the random girls. Lock in on one, maybe two if you're single. I don't know. Like, I need you to stop the weed, man. I don't smoke. I quit. I don't smoke weed. I don't smoke cigarettes. I barely drink, right? Give something up. Free up more space in your mind to do something positive. Get yourself a positive addiction. Get addicted to counting this money, man. Next thing I want to say is stop being aimless in life. Stop drifting. There's so many people in life, grown adults, they don't know where they want to go. They're living life day by day. They have no goals. If you ask them, what do you want to achieve in a year? They don't know. They'll give you something vague and high level that doesn't have any real oomph to it. They're gonna say, oh yeah, I just want to make a little bit more money and I don't know, maybe get a bigger apartment and, just do better. Like, that's pretty much it in a year. Let me tell you something. Successful people, you ask them what you want to do in a year. They say, you know what? I have this business that I'm launching. And in 1 year, I want to be at this level of revenue. And I have this, and this planned throughout the year to help me get there. That's how they move. In a relationship, you can be intentional in a relationship too. Where do you want to be in a year? Well, I've been with this person for X amount of time. And, I'm thinking about getting married in a year. And I'm going to work on the ring. I'm going to propose to her, take her to plan our honeymoon or however it works, engagement party. We're going to do that at this and this time. So hopefully in a year we get married. Intentionality. Knowing what you want to do, where you want to go, and having goals and plans and milestones and deadlines to help you get there. Now, full disclosure, I'm still working on this because I have so many areas of my life, and you too. You probably have a lot of different areas of your life. Like me, I'm a dad. I have a sales job. I still want to get back into entrepreneurship, and I'm launching this YouTube channel. I have a girl. She has needs. We have a household to run. The household has to get clean. We have to cook. We got to take care of this house. We got to do the laundry. We got a lot of chores to do, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff on my plate that I'm thinking about. Editing, thumbnails, all different stuff, content ideas, scripting. Still got to sleep. Still got to hit the gym. But it doesn't matter because it has to get done. Be intentional. Know where you're going and have a real actual idea of how you're going to get there. Because if you continue to drift, just go to work, come home, cut the game on, take your little money, buy some weed, buy a little alcohol, go out on the weekends, have fun, this and that, and the same cycle every week, same shit. Guess what's going to happen when you turn 30? Nothing. The same shit. The same shit, right? Do you want to be 30 years old, working a regular job, saving your little money on the side to buy your little weed, buy your little alcohol, hang out with your girl, go on a cheap date to the movies, go out with the homies on the weekend, go to the club, go buy a couple brewskis. You guys can't even probably afford to buy bottles. The ballers are over there stunning on you guys because they just spent $10,000 in their section. You're sitting at the bar with your little cup, dancing in the middle of the dance floor, and these guys are over there, have all the girls inside of their booth. Is that what you want? So let's start being intentional. Let's start goal setting, right? Let's write something down on a piece of paper. Give you some free game. Use blue ink on white paper. We'll talk about that later, right? Write it down, man. And when you write it down, don't leave it inside your book. Rip it out and tape it on your wall so you can see it. Or buy a whiteboard. Write it on your whiteboard, right? Make sure you see it every morning so you don't forget. I still have to make a video for you guys about reminders because they're so important. But be goal-oriented. Don't be a drifter because you're not going to get anywhere. You know, it's like two things I want to bring up right now. Like, in the movie Alice in Wonderland, they got that little funky little cat. They popped down the tree when Alice was at a fork in the road. She didn't know where to go. She said, oh, can you let me know where to go? Where's the direction I gotta go? He's like, where are you going? She's like, I don't know. Well, if you don't know where you're going, any route will do. You can go right or you can go left. It doesn't matter. But let me ask you a question. Is there a wrong way? Is there a wrong way? There probably is a wrong way. But if you don't know where you're going, there's nothing to stop you from going the wrong way because you have no direction. If you know where you're going, you can make the right turns at the right time. If you have no idea where you're going, you're just going to end up going any which way and drifting off. Literally the definition of drifting. Next, another analogy, right? A ship, a boat will never leave the dock without a clear destination. So that means when you get out of your bed in the morning, you should know exactly where you're going for the day. Even if you don't end up going to all those places, you know, life is spontaneous sometimes, but you should have something planned for yourself. If a boat or a ship just went out into the ocean, had no direction, it was just going anywhere, it's gonna get lost, it's gonna run out of gas, they're gonna probably get stranded, right? Don't be like a boat with no direction. They say if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. They say if you don't have a plan for your life, somebody else is gonna have a plan for your life. You're gonna fit into somebody else's plan, right? They say idle hand. They say that the devil something with idle hands. That's like another biblical one. My grandma used to tell me, like, you don't want to have your hands idle because the devil will find something for your hands to do if you don't have a plan for your own hands. A lot of different ways to say this, but be intentional, have a plan, have a goal. Next one I think a lot of you guys are struggling with that I want to touch base on, man, is being a yes man, right? Being like having low confidence and low self-esteem in yourself, not setting boundaries. Like, this is gonna be a quick one. The most money I've ever made is by saying no. Because when people come to you, they ask you something that might distract you, they're taking you away from what's really gonna make you get gains and make progress. So by saying no to the wrong things, right, you're letting the right things grow. By saying yes to the wrong things, the right things start shrinking because they're not getting enough energy from you, right? And even you could, like, for example, even back when I was in the streets, man, it's like they'll ask you, okay, you'll front me. No. Go ask somebody else. I don't do that. I know a lot of people do that. I don't do that. I had too much of bad experiences with that. Too much of money I had written down in my notes on my phone that I was supposed to get but never got. And then now your head is hot now. Now you want to go do something to somebody. You want to go distract yourself with violence and shit. Why? Because you told somebody, you said yes to somebody when they asked you for something. You had no guarantees. You can't even get mad at them because what if it was a real situation? What if they got robbed? Or what if they actually really lost it? Or what if they just couldn't flip it? Or whatever. And now you're out of your money because you trusted their word and you basically gave yourself up to chaos. You put yourself on the chopping block for chaos to come find you. That's your own risk. So what I'm trying to say, that no will save you from a lot of bullshit. Say no to more things. Say no to more things. Another thing about being a yes man, disagree with people, bro. Say your real opinion. Don't feel like you have to agree with people because people are gonna like you more. They're actually gonna like you less because because they have less respect for you. They might think, oh, he's such a nice guy, but they're not gonna respect you, bro. So you're probably gonna end up around the wrong crowd. So if you disagree with somebody, be somebody who says what's on their chest. Say it with your chest, bro. That's respectable. That's a respectable thing as a young man, as a grown man, any kind of man. Say what's real, even if you're wrong. Let them prove you wrong. And once they prove you wrong, admit it. Say, you know what? You're right. Now you're even more respectful, respectable, honorable, because you had something that you really believed in and you stood up for it. You said it. And then somebody was like, you know what? You're probably wrong. Look at it this way. And you're like, you know what? Nah, you're right. I agree. That is so mature, bro. So stop being a yes man. Say what's on your chest. You're gonna get a lot more respect. You might get into a few arguments and disputes, but that comes with it, right? So be ready for that. The last one, number 7, this kind of goes into what I just said about being a yes man. Stop giving your love out too early. Stop giving yourself out too early. Stop giving your trust out too early. Stop letting people in too early. Vet people, bro. Put them through a process. Make them prove themselves. Not necessarily like you're asking them questions like a job interview, but watch people. Pay attention. Put them in a situation where they had to be tested, right? Like people need to be tested, bro. You need to see what they really do when shit hits the fan. Like, I'm not gonna lie, a year might feel like a long time, but let me tell you something. My girl I'm with right now, who I have a son with, we were dating for a year before I officially said, yo, I want you to be my girl. It kind of almost felt like we were dating a little bit, but I didn't put no official nothing on it till literally a year, brother. Cause I done been through too many women already, and I seen that you can be with somebody and then in 6 months or a year, they show you a whole different face. You're like, how come I didn't know this person? Well, 6 months isn't long enough. You're 20 years old, you've been around for 20 years, you're 18 years old, you done lived 18 years of your life. You think you can see every side of somebody in 3 months? Nah, bro. That's why relationships don't last. Cause you thought they were someone that they're not. Take your time. Watch them. Get in hard situations, right? Like, you guys might like this, it might not. But if you got a girl around you who's gonna be your girl and you think you want to wife her, some people will tell you no. I'll tell it. Bring her around your homies, bro. At least once or twice. Watch her. Is she gonna be a little too friendly and too conversational? Does she seem to be attracted to anyone else in the group? Did one of your homies try her? Did she let him through? How are you gonna know if she never been tested? You're just only guessing like, oh, she's a good girl. How are you gonna know she's a good girl if she never been in a position to prove herself that she's a good girl in front of you, for you to know, right? Like, friends too. You meet somebody new, that's a good acquaintance. Yeah, but maybe they shouldn't be allowed inside of your home where you live with your family yet, right? Do you know where they live, first of all, before they come inside of your home, right? Do you know if they steal shit? Where are they from? Do they got problems with somebody who you know? Are their cousins beefing with your cousins or somebody you know? Could they potentially be dangerous to you, right? Like, I don't know. There's just so much of things that you gotta consider. Maybe you should get to know them a little better first. What circle did they come from? They want to hang with you all of a sudden, or you want to hang with them. Who were they hanging with before you? Get to know what they're like, right? Shit like that. Like, people need to be tested. You need to evaluate people before you just give them everything, right? You need to look at yourself. For example, you get a job interview to go work at some big company. They're putting you through multiple rounds of interviews. You got to talk to the first person, then you're talking to the hiring manager, then you might talk to one of the other managers, then you might talk to someone in the executive team or have a whatever. Like, you're going through hoops. Why are you not that important where people can just walk up in and get everything you have to offer without going through no hoops, right? Keep your valuables, specifically your heart, your mind, your thoughts, your insights, access to you, your family, your most valuable shit, your home. put that behind a barrier, not an impassable barrier, but something where only certain people can get through, right? This is not telling you don't talk to people and start locking everybody out and guarding yourself. No. It's a happy medium. It's like, be open, make new connections, network. But everyone in your network, right? They start down here. They start over there. And then they can slowly come further and come deeper as you get to know them, right? It might take years. It might take a few months, depending on how often you get to be around this person. You guys are interacting, right? But a lot of you guys right now are meeting girls, falling in love with them overnight, and giving them everything up front, meeting new friend groups, bringing them inside of your house, letting them borrow your car, fucking letting them borrow your clothes, giving them your shoes. You're buying things that you really can't afford, and trusting that they're gonna pay you back. Maybe they pay you back, maybe they don't. You're lending people money. Just little shit that you shouldn't be doing for people that haven't proved themselves, right? Like there's levels to this shit. If I'm gonna lend somebody money, you gotta be a certain person to me in my life. If I'm gonna take some money out and say, here, hold it, pay me back. If I don't know you like that, and you ask me for some money, and I just met you, I'll probably just give you what I can afford to lose. You'd be like, yo, can I have like $500 for this? I'll be like, bro, here's $100. Don't even worry about it. Keep it. And if I meet a girl, if I was single right now, I met a girl, like, she can't just come to my crib just like that. She can't just meet my moms just like that, meet my family just like that. She can't just sleep over at my house just like that, right? I can't just tell her I love her just like that. I can't just be spending a bag on her just like that. You know, like, I need to know you first. I can't even just be having sex with her just like that. Even now in my grown age, like, if I was single, how mature I am right now. Like, before, I'm telling you, boy, I was, what? First night, I'm in that ass. But now, hell no. Got too much to lose, bro. And you should take on that mentality from early. Cause I done went through situations where, you know, I got STIs. Like, I had got chlamydia before and shit like that from having too much sex with these girls and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I had some situations that went left. You know, some girls who, like, I met, did something with the same day I met them. Now they're like, I found out the girl's suicidal and she's texting me funny shit and, you know, making me feel like I might be on the hook for her suicidal thoughts. I just met this girl. You know what I mean? Like, so much different things, man. You gotta put boundaries around yourself and protect yourself because you are valuable, right? God's temple is said the body is the temple, right? God's temple is you. So treat it like that. And put some guards up around the castle. Listen, there's a long video. I'm gonna post this whole video. But I think what I'm gonna do too, I'm gonna break these 7 things down into individual videos, make them shorter, 5-10 minutes each, and I'm gonna put them in a playlist. But for all my real bros who sat through this whole 45-minute video with me, love you guys. Please subscribe to the channel. Got a lot more on the way. Comment. Let me know what you took from this video. Give me some real life scenarios you've been through and let me know what else I need to talk about. Any of those things I want to hear, I'm going to respond to your comment. It's bigger than Max. I'm here for y'all. Let's go.